The Mindset Shift presents audiobook The Aeneid by Publius Vergilius Maro. First poem. The hero of Troy, Aeneas, was the son of Venus, goddess of love. He left his hometown with the other refugees because the Greeks burned it. Jupiter ordered him to sail with 12 ships to Italy, where his new country will be. The journey lasted 7 years. Aeneas was going through a lot of pain and suffering during the journey. When they were close to the finish line, a great storm occurred because of the order of the King of Winds. He gave that order because the goddess Juno told him to do that. He was the protector of the Carthaginians and the enemy of the Trojans. God Neptune saved Aeneas and the Trojans from the storm and sent them to the coast of Libya. The Trojans came across a woman that told them they were near Carthage, where the queen Dido lived. Venus took care of Dido falling in love with Aeneas. Second poem. Dido made a feast for the guests, and Aeneas told her everything about the Trojan War. The Greeks were besieging Troy for 10 years, and after that they managed to fool the Trojans and destroy the city. Most of the city was ruined, and the inhabitants were dead. Amongst them was the king Priam. Considering the fact that the gods decided that Troy was ruined, he left with his father and son. Third poem. Aeneas tells the story of his journey and the places he visited. On his journey, he lost his father. He described his encounter with the Harpies and his friend Achates. Fourth poem. This poem is dedicated to the Dido and Aeneas love. Juno wanted for Aeneas to stay in Carthage, so she supported their love. During a great storm, Aeneas and Dido hide in a cave and let themselves into the hands of love, but soon their love will experience some difficulties. A messenger tells Aeneas that the god Jupiter wants him to finish what he started. Aeneas listened to him and started preparing ships. Dido must persuade Aeneas to stay with her, but he has to do his job. Dido commits suicide because she couldn't deal with all of it. While she was dying, the ship was sailing out, and she put a curse on the Rome and Carthage. She stated that there will be a great fight between them. Fifth poem. The king waited for the Trojans on Sicily, where the storm led them. Aeneas was preparing a funeral for his father. The angry goddess Juno sends the messenger during the games. She convinced the Trojan women that were very tired to set their ships on fire. Aeneas asks Jupiter to send some rain, so they save 4 ships. In his dreams, his father told him to leave all of the women on Sicily because a big battle was waiting for him in Italy. Sixth poem. Aeneas came to the west of Italy, and with the help of goddess Sibyl, he went to the underground. Between the dead he sees Dido in the shadows, and sees her anger and bitterness, and also the torture that the sinful souls are exposed to. Between the blessed souls he meets his father, who told him the future of the Roman Empire. Aeneas goes away and carries on with his journey. Seventh poem. The next stop was the river Tiber. With the help of his friends, Aeneas asks the ruler of Lazio Latinus to let them found their own city. Latinus pleases them and promises the hand of his daughter Lavinia. Goddess Juno wants to stop the marriage, so she convinced Latinus' wife and King Turnus to go into war with the Trojans. There was a battle, even though Latinus wanted to prevent it. Etruscans joined the war against the Trojans. Eighth poem. The river god Tiberinus says to Aeneas to go and look for help from Evander. He helped him with 400 horsemen and their leader, who was his son, Pallas. Aeneas asked the Tyrrhenians for help also. Along the way he met his mother Venus, who gave him the weapon of god Vulcan. On the weapon there was the future history of Rome. Ninth poem. Juno's messenger convinced Turnus to attack the shelter of the Trojans. Turnus sank their boats because he saw that they were avoiding the battle. Goddess Sibyl appeared and turned the boats into nymphs. Turnus does not stop because of that and continues the battle. The Trojan heroes are looking for Aeneas to let him know about the possibility of failure. Everything ended up tragic for them. They die and the great battles continue. When they thought that they had surrounded Turnus, he jumped into the river Tiber and saves himself. 10th poem. God Jupiter complained about Venus and Juno, who started a war. He decided to let fate decide the end of the battle. The battles continued, and then Aeneas showed up with 30 ships full of allies. Turnus killed Pallas and gets help from Juno. His son Laos was killed by Aeneas. 11th poem. A 12 days truce was used to bury the fighters. Pallas' father asked Aeneas to get the revenge for his son's death. Latians were still trying to stop the battles. Soon Turnus Ali Camilla died in the battles. 12th poem. Turnus felt that there was coming to an end, so he suggested that he and Aeneas should end their battle with a fight between the two of them. Juno was still influential, so she convinced Latinus to keep on going with the battles. Aeneas killed Turnus. Jupiter consoles his wife, Juno, by saying that everything was the fault of the faith. Thank you for joining me on this audio journey through the Aeneid by Publius Vergilius Maro. I hope this summary has given you a glimpse into the epic story of Aeneas, his travels, and his destiny to found Rome. Through his heroic journey, the poem explores themes such as fate, duty, piety, and the cost of war. As always, on the Mindset Shift, we believe that literature can broaden our perspectives and help us understand the human experience better. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend picking up a copy of the Aeneid and experiencing the full power of this masterpiece for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Mindset Shift for more audiobook summaries and other insightful content that can help you shift your mindset and improve your life. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.